Now, what I hear from majority of primarily veterans in the business of pro wrestling, some would tell you that you need to work a good match. Some would tell you get over by any means necessary, even if it means acting up as like a garbage man, being stupid, be the best you can be in the wrestling business. And majority, if they try to profit or try to make something out of yourself, when it comes to being alone off the road, if you're in the indies or you're even in a major promotion, I agree myself that you have to get it over in any means necessary. But here's one goddamn thing whenever I hate. When they only think when you have no profitability and you think, well, I don't have that much mic skills and I don't look like a wrestler, so I just think my moves should be getting me over either than myself. And if you are like that, just remember you're in the spot that you're in because of what you decided to do with your career. And you have nobody to blame but your fucking self if that's the possibility of why you can't get over in a business that was notable for guys that got over. Hogan could barely wrestle a 30-minute match, and he's the most recognizable figure when it comes to anybody referencing the WWE or WCW. Two of the biggest promotions still in America. People can still reference all the WCW names. Nobody know who the fuck is on AEW, and some people can barely reference people from TNA that already didn't spurge out the two promotions or went anywhere else. All for a lack of the wrestlers not getting over enough to make sure that the company uh, gets any type of money. You literally need to get over to profit. It's there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's just an obvious way to go with things. Because if I'm not over to you, if I don't win you over, if you don't recognize me as anything entertaining or of substance or anything important, you're not going to subscribe to my channel, right? Honestly, like, it's not that hard. There's an obvious reason why shit like that exists. And I'm not saying that to put anybody under the bus, but there's a reason why somebody like Brock Lesnar has a right to get over Ricochet on the main event spot. Or why Big E has a chance to win the world title more than Xavier Woods. Because of the level of how over they are, that's the person that get pushed. You're over when you're over, you get a chance to win the Royal Rumble. When you're over, you get a chance to win Money in the Bank, somewhat. And even for like people like don't deserve to win Money in the Bank, is because they were the most over person to garner that much attention for the company. Why they'll get more spots on TV, more TV time, more promo access, more wrestling matches, have more chances to close out the show. That's the benefits you got of getting over. Literally, and guess what that benefits? Not only the wrestler but the business, because that shows that there's a consistent flow of a person that's making sure people come over to watch. That's the benefit of getting over, and how to show how over you are is to show how recognizable you are. Whenever there's a difference if Seth Rollins walks out with just a hoodie and probably some sweatpants and sneakers, and just expect WWE fans to know who he is. That will come over with Bullet Club or Shield t-shirts to The Rock. That's literally a muscular 6 foot, like 6'5", 6'4" man. That's Samoan, has a good smile, looks like a movie star, muscular as hell, and probably owns a lot of vehicles. You want to look up to him. You want to walk up to him and ask him questions. You want to talk to him. He's over. People want to see him. People know what to expect from him. You look at him. That guy is somebody some really important people want to see. You look at Seth Rollins. That guy looks like he's going to the bar. That guy looks like he's going to do something unimportant. That's nobody wants to associate with Seth Rollins. That guy's up for mid-card, The Rock's for main event. Big difference. And that's okay. That's the big thing about that. It's like, oh, you're not gonna, it's not an insult. Everybody has a major role to play in the wrestling business. It's a business. If you just think that, oh, because you work harder than the other person, you deserve more, get the fuck out. You don't deserve the shit you got. Just like when Carlito came around shit-talking John Cena, all because he was a better worker, means he deserves shit. Look, the only reason why you even breathed TV time is because you're related to Eddie Guerrero. Same thing why Rey Mysterio even got the push that he did. I swear he shouldn't have been a world heavyweight champion 2 times if it wasn't for his relation with Eddie Guerrero. And that's no disrespect over to Rey Mysterio. I bet he would have been pushed a bit later than '06, but that's just my opinion, even how much he was still a recognizable person for the company. Whenever you look at Rey Mysterio, the guy looks cool, wears cool masks, cool colors, always inspirational, always that superhero underdog, and you can believe that. Guess what? Rey's over. He's more over than Chavo Guerrero. He's more over than majority of other guys near the main event scene. So that's the positive right there. So I don't get why that's such a mass to have. And as soon as you like see guys coming over, they're doing their moves. They're doing the same Canadian Destroyer that popped like around '04. They think it's gonna get a pop when the other person does the same move, or they think doing the same move that's probably more risky than, because you have a chance to protect a headshot with a steel chair. You have less of a chance with a career-ending injury off a chair shot than you do with doing a shooting star press from the top, doing a Canadian Destroyer off a fucking apron, a package pile driver, doing some type of cutter anywhere outside or on top of a ladder, and as soon as that ends out and that fizzles out over that simple pop, something about them just doesn't carry on to give any emotional investment for the fans to feel like, I want to see you in the main event. That's it. Like, the vocal minority is the only people that are going to be influencing the smaller guy over to the push. And if they were getting the push they would deserve, the fans would magnetize it because that's the people that they want to see headline. But you don't. So that's my honest assessment of like, your move shouldn't be getting you over. You should be getting yourself over. And the reason why you're not in the position that you want to be is because of yourself, bro. It's the same thing like a football player, a third string running back that doesn't have the starting job over the first string running back. There's a reason you're up there, probably because you don't work as hard, you get hurt most of the time, you don't know the plays as much as the other running back, or you just don't have the physical ability or natural ability that the starter has. You think Vince hates some of the guys he works with? Probably because of poor Vendetta, but the guy's like 70-something now. I think he gives less of a shit of what really burnt bridges he has with the company. Like, honestly. And most of the time people come over to the company. You think they blame Vince for why they leave? Honestly. I don't get it. And now, begrudgingly enough, now, like, people are only up to taking more acting classes, trying to work more on their ability, work on their promo, try to feel like they're supposed to be doing more than just their moves. And for the wrestlers thinking about that, kudos for them. They're trying to think that there's more in pro wrestling than just wrestling. And I believe so. Because, like, whenever people think about why you go over to a casual fan, they'll bring up the guys that do have characters, like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Macho Man Randy Savage, the over-the-top characters that you see on a television show. Nobody wants to care about Wheeler Yuta or Chuck Taylor, Seth Rollins, because those are guys that look like somebody you saw in your neighborhood, jogging, or gaming with you online. You see characters like that, you see them on TV because they look like stars. And I'd rather deal with stars than guys that I probably see from across the street, because that's not what I waste my cable money on. But that's just my opinion. If you guys believe that getting yourself over just means wrestling the same shit every week and nearly causing yourself more injury, and just thinking that doing the same moves is gonna get you a higher chance of getting pushed, you came over as a curtain jerker from the indies to curtain jerkers in a major promotion, and you're not even given the time of day from the regular hardcore fans that even stood by you, and you don't even get newer fans because of the way you are, you gotta blame nothing but yourself, dog. That's the sad part about it. And that's the antithesis of what I believe is getting over from that I just displayed over in this video. If you guys disagree or agree, please comment down in the comment section below. Love to hear your opinion going on in the comment section. Getting a lot of playback still over that Mania was gonna suck video. Still in, I guess, the Kane Hall of Fame video, even though it's probably a year old. I'll be live for the NFL draft around, I think, next week. It's around the 28th, I think, for night one. And yeah, that's it for coming from me. Thanks for joining the DST show. Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the